Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Ben's World, Come Live in It, and joining me tonight is special guest, mate Dillon. Dillon, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Yeah, and congratulations on your first appearance of Ben's World.
Very happy. Very happy for the invitation.
It's great. I thought Dillon today we'd talk about one of the most legendary artists, the one and only Robbie Williams. I mean, how good is he?
Iconic.
Yeah,
iconic. One of the greats. One of the best.
Yeah, well, he's done a lot. These last 20, almost 30 years. Like, I'm pretty sure. And also for people watching, if you don't know who Robbie Williams is, he has now become the greatest songwriter in history, in British pop history.
Yeah, which is an incredible feat. It's so many amazing musicians to come out of England and Britain, and to take that is unbelievable.
Yeah, because I think from memory he was the youngest member of Take That in the early 90s.
Early 90s.
Yeah,
would have been a teenager.
Yeah, he was 16.
Yeah,
so he joined Take That with frontman Gary Barlow, who was the lead singer at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know much about Take That because I only found out who Robbie was later after he became famous as a songwriter.
As Robbie Williams.
Yeah, as Robbie
solo
Williams.
act.
But one song I actually know from Take That is it's a pretty good song. I think it might have. I can't remember if it reached number one, but it was Back for Good.
I don't think I know that song.
If
I knew it, if I heard it, we'll have to give that a listen later.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so Robbie was in. He was with Take That from I think 1990 to 1995, and at the time I think the reason why he left Take That was because he had he was absent quite a bit and he was out partying as well, and I think around that time in the 90s it was pretty common. He actually got caught with drugs and alcohol.
He was getting up to no good, so they would say.
I'm pretty sure he in the 90s he got caught selling cocaine and partying hard and all that shit.
That'll do it.
That's what musicians often did back at that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think being in Take That, I think he wasn't ready for the fame at such a young age. Like I think he there might have been good times he had there, but I think the main reason he left was because of the management and him and Gary Barlow.
Yeah, they weren't getting along.
No,
I think they were having some difficulties where it came to like the creativity and songwriting, and I think there was a battle of independence between them because Robbie obviously is quite a larger than life character and very much wants to be centre stage.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think when you put a bunch of guys in the same bands where they're all wanting that spotlight, there's going to be problems.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense that things didn't end well.
Yeah, but anyway, after that, when he left Take That, he then launched a solo career, and in I think it was the year 1997, he actually released his debut album, Life Through a Lens, which I actually have right here.
It's iconic, that album cover, isn't it? It really is iconic. I think there's a lot of people, even if they're not huge Robbie Williams fans, that would recognise that photograph and that album right there. Yeah,
well, that was the same photo shoot they used for the movie as well, where he was portrayed by a CGI monkey.
Yeah.
But just going back quickly, this is a bit of a funny story actually, because I didn't know who Robbie Williams actually was, but I think it would have been a time I was staying with my dad, where he was living at the time. I'd watch these commercials like during the break on because back then we had what was called Foxtel, old nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might have been during the break of a Simpsons episode actually. There was an ad that came on, and it was playing like the tambourine bit for the song "Let Me Entertain You," and I remember seeing the logo RW and the commercial. It just showed him on stage doing all these crazy moves, and I was blown away. I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And because I think at the time he had like a documentary talk show on Fox 8 where he'd talk about his career and basically all the stuff he'd do off stage and his presence, his character, and that's how I found out who he was. And at the time, my dad told me he had some songs on his old iPod. Remember the iPods we used to have back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so my dad played me some of those songs, and the one, he had that song from the ad that was called Let Me Entertain You, and I remember hearing it for the first time, and I literally just jumped out of my skin. Like, the energy to that song was just, it's just so infectious.
It grabs you as soon as it starts, that song. It's one of my favourites from him.
Oh yeah, it's the same with me to this day.
Yeah.
But then, another song my dad had on the iPod was Angels, and I listened to that. I'm like, oh my God.
It's an anthem.
This guy is something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how I found out about Robbie.
Wow.
And at the time I was watching, some documentaries and some live performances as well.
Yeah.
Because I actually found at home we had a videotape of one of his concerts, and it was the Live at Nebworth one.
Yeah, wow. What a show.
Yeah, and I remember just putting that in the old VCR or VHS. Like, I think it's VHS, so we could go with that.
Yeah, we'll go with it. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah, and I remember watching that performance and seeing him at the very start hang upside down wearing his white tie and socks.
That's how he comes out at the show, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's hanging upside down.
Yeah. That was a great gig.
Yeah.
Anyway, so as I got to experience watching his live shows on television, I thought to myself, I really want to see this guy live. But I think there might have been times where he did come to Australia, like back in the 90s, early 2000s, but I didn't know who he was at the time.
It was before you discovered him.
Before I discovered him.
Yeah.
I think it was the mid-2000s I discovered who he was, actually. I think it was 2005. And it would have been a year before he did his Close Encounters World Tour.
Yeah.
And that would have been the last one he did in Australia for a long time, because I think after that he kind of went off the railings a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
he had another midlife crisis.
Yeah, due to mental health, and I think he'd been, because I'd seen some documentaries on him, and he'd opened up about being in a very dark place and
which he did a lot. I think that's a thing that a lot of people really resonate with him about, is that obviously he's this huge celebrity and star and larger than life character, but he's always been so open, I feel, about his personal life and his drug use and his relationships and struggles with fame and all of those kinds of things. Which is, I know that that's definitely a reason why I love him so much, is that really human nature of who he is. He very is raw, and that's the best thing about his music as well.
Oh, 100%, man. And the way, what he gives to the crowd during his performances, I'd never seen anybody interact with the crowd the way he does. He's just a phenomenal entertainer. He knows how to work a crowd, and I got to say, to this day when I go out for karaoke nights, all I want to do is perform Robbie, because the songs bring me joy. And I want to get the crowd involved and get them participating in the music.
And honestly, you do. We've been to karaoke together, and when you've done those songs, everyone just wants to get involved, and you genuinely do embody that. So that's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think after his Close Encounters tour, he didn't come to Australia for a very long time, and I think during those absent years, he actually reunited with Take That. And it was 2010 actually. He reunited with them on the 20th anniversary, because they had a new album out at the time called Progress.
Yeah.
And at the time, so Robbie joined them, and I think he might have been involved in singing on that album as well. But then he left the group again to work on his solo projects.
Yeah.
But it was actually really interesting. After the first album was this one, I've Been Expecting You, and this one had some hits like Strong. Like, I think that was the first track on the album, and that's another good song I really like from his. Yeah. But when he performs it live, he says he gets a bit emotional because it actually used to be his auntie's favourite song.
Really?
But and because the way he says it, he looks really emotional, but she's not dead. It's just not her favourite song anymore.
Mm.
Well, I don't know if she's still alive or not. I mean, she could be still alive. I don't know. But yeah, so that was the second album. So both these albums, I think they were released in 97, 98. So
late 90s, wouldn't it have been, and then early 2000s.
Yeah, and yeah. So after his absence of not being doing a world tour for years, it wasn't actually until early 2014 because I heard some rumours saying that Robbie was set to return to Australia.
Wow, so it was over 10 years almost.
Almost 10 years. Because I hadn't, he hadn't been here for a long time. I'm like, I wonder what's...
Right as you became a fan.
Yeah, because I collected a lot of DVDs over the years too. Like, I've got... they're not here, they're at my mum's. I think the first one I got was Live at Nebworth, but it was a DVD.
Yeah.
And then there was another one called Where Egos Dare, which is kind of like, it has a show like live at Slane Castle in the late 90s, so probably around the time I was born.
Yeah.
And it has like a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and oh my god, I'll never forget what I saw on the DVD. They had the music video of Rock DJ, and it was the most underrated music video I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it before, guys. So
I don't think anyone had at the time.
So, guys, just bear with me. If you get really sensitive, just let me know. But in the music video, I'd never seen anything like it. What he does is he basically just takes off his clothes and, like, you know, him being the class clown and showing off his muscles and everything. But then he rips his skin
He just
off.
keeps going. He doesn't stop.
Yeah, he goes.
He's
he
naked,
takes off
and then it just...
all these muscles and skeleton. He becomes a skeleton at the end. I'm like, oh,
it was shocking. It was shocking. I remember seeing it on. It might have aired on MTV when I was a kid. And
MTV. Oh my god, I remember that. You're taking me way back now.
Yeah.
But right at the end of that music video, it said no Robbies were harmed during the making of this video, because you know how in movies they say no animals were harmed and whatnot. Well, they basically said no Robbies were harmed during the making of that video.
He's just hilarious. He's just got such a great sense of humour.
Yeah, and this is the thing. When Robbie comes to Australia, when he does like an Australian tour, he always says that whenever he comes to Australia, it feels like home to him because he can just be himself. Where, you know, he'll be rude and mess around and tell jokes. Whereas if it happened in England, there would be like daytime TV people talking about Robbie Williams.
Pandemonium. He'd be in all the tabloids, which is, I think, something that definitely happened.
and people on the news would be like, oh, I don't think that he should swear on stage, nor should I. And I don't think he should show off his body parts in any...
I think he fed off that. I think he loved people almost telling him like what to not do, or people telling him what to do. I think he embraced it even more. He would, like, if they told him not to, he's like, you know, he should wear a shirt on stage, he'd walk out with no pants on in the next show. He didn't care. He was such a rebel.
Yeah, you know.
He is a rebel.
And I think this is the thing when he comes to Australia as well. He doesn't want fans to think, because he's married now. He's been married for, I think, 16 years almost. He's married to famous actress by the name of Ida Field. I think they've been dating since 2006 and they got married in 2010. And I think at the time, Robbie might have been living in the States because he moved overseas for a long time.
Yeah, I think he was in LA for a while, so it might have been somewhere around there.
Yeah, he moved from the UK and then moved to America.
Yeah.
But because I think he wanted to try and become big over there.
Yeah.
But I don't think it worked out for him because I think whenever he does a tour, he only goes to Europe and the UK,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense, and then does like Australia and New Zealand.
Mm.
But I think he's tried over the years to make it over there. But I don't know if people over the Americans over there pay attention to it.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's a hard industry to get into in America. Like, there's obviously so many artists, but
Yeah.
I think that maybe they don't understand his wit or his personality. Americans can be quiet.
Or his sense of humour.
Exactly. So, and
Yeah.
which is a huge part of his personality in his music and just him in general. So,
Yeah. I'll tell you another interesting fact, actually.
Mm.
Someone I know who, she used to work as a receptionist of the gym I go to. She was from the UK, and she actually went to school with him.
really,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I think, because I think that they were a year apart.
Yeah.
But they were in the same year, and they were in the same class together, and she told me that Robbie was always being the class clown and getting up to no good and getting up to mischief and all that stuff. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. The way he behaves on stage, but we all love it. It's funny.
Yeah.
But and it wasn't until after school, I think it might have been the early '90s. He came in. My friend was in a bar at the time, and he came in with I think with security, because he would have already been famous at that point. Would take that. Anyway, he went into a bar and saw her and still remembered her after all those years.
Wow, I was going to ask. Yeah, so that they obviously they knew, they remembered each other.
Yeah.
As you do at school. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Small world.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after that time when Robbie wasn't touring for a while, I thought to myself over the years, I wonder what's happened with him. Like he was making such great music. So I remember in 2006 where he did his Close Encounters tour, and I remember it being on Foxtel at the time, and I'd watch that performance non-stop pretty much every night before I go to bed, because I wanted to go to bed on an adrenaline feeling. So I'd watch that performance all the time, and I'd get up and do my dance moves, and because I'm pretty sure Robbie was the main reason I discovered music. Like he was the first mainstream artist I listened to growing up after listening to the Wiggles.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah, he was the next big artist on the music list.
So you feel like he inspired you?
He inspired me a lot. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, the Wiggles were my heroes too, but they were more in the children's genre of music. But Robbie was the first mainstream artist that I really liked, and someone I looked up to since I was a little boy, and I wanted to be just like him.
Yeah. I think he instills that feeling in people.
Yeah, and the way he comes on stage, like sometimes he would come up from the ground floor, or say if it was a stadium show, there'd be like massive things that you come down in. They're kind of like a lift.
Yeah.
And he just overlooked the audience, and he'd have he'd be wearing some special belts.
There's always a grand entrance.
Yeah, like an acrobatic entrance.
Very true.
Yeah, Dillon, we're going to have a chat more after the break, but thank you for being on for part one.
This is great. I could talk about Robbie Williams all day.